This is the only strategy you need to make $10,000 a month in 2024. Firstly, I'm gonna go over the rules and the steps of the strategy that you will need to follow in order to apply it. And after that, I will go over some examples that I personally took. And I also sent these examples in my SMC trading group because this is the exact strategy I am using to send trades in my SMC trading group. So let's get right into it. These suggested pairs for this strategy are main currency pairs. Okay, so that's, for example, GBPUSD, Euro USD, AUD USD, USD JPY, USD CHF. Okay, those are the main currency pairs. Gold also is a good fit for this strategy, as well as indices. Okay, indices, I mean US 30, NAS 100, and SPX 500. Okay, those are the ones I would recommend. These are the suggested pairs for the strategy. This strategy can be used on any time frame. Okay, so it's up to you to decide whether you want to day trade it, whether you want to scalp it, or swing trade it. I personally day trade this strategy on the M15, and that's going to be the time frame that we'll use for today. Okay, and lastly, you need to be able to read liquidity, imbalance, and market structure, because these are the three important concepts that you need to understand in order for you to apply this strategy successfully. I assume that you already know how to identify liquidity, imbalance, and how to read market structure. If not, I would highly recommend you to pause this video, go on my channel, and watch specific videos on liquidity, imbalance, and market structure. After that, come back to this video and watch it fully. Okay, let's continue. The first step of the strategy would be for us to wait for a liquidity sweep. And immediately after I go over all these steps, I'm gonna jump right into the chart and show you an example that I took using the bar replay mode. Okay, so once again, the first step would be for us to wait for a liquidity sweep, or of course a fake out. The second step would be after the liquidity was swept, we need to wait for a aggressive break of structure. So after a fake out, we have to see a aggressive break of structure. Basically, we are letting the price show its true intentions. Okay, because the price usually firstly stops out traders by faking them out, basically sweeping liquidity, and after that it shows its true intentions by breaking structure aggressively, either to the up or downside. Okay, the third step, by aggressive break of structure, I mean imbalance was left behind. Okay, if after the break of structure there's no imbalance that was left behind, then we have no setup. Okay, so for us it is very important to know how to identify imbalance. Okay, the fourth step after a unmitigated order block, okay, because we assume that imbalance was left behind, after a unmitigated order block or point of interest, however you want to call it, was identified, we then place a buy or a sell limit on it. And the fifth and final step, we risk 1% per trade and aim for a 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio. That's what I would personally suggest. Now, of course, it depends on your risk appetite. There's traders that are okay with risking 1%. There's traders that are okay with risking 3% or 5%. That's totally up to you. But if you're trading on a prop firm account, then I would suggest risking no more than 1% per trade. Okay, so now let's get into the live examples, because I will use the bar replay to show you in real time how I identify the setups. We will go over two setups, one on GBPUSD and the other one on NAS 100. Okay, and also make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you are subscribed and let me know down below in the comment section if you like videos like this and if you have any other feedbacks or video idea. Okay, so it was the 6th of February, a Tuesday, and this is exactly when I opened the chart. It was around 1 p.m. UK time. That's when I start scouting for possible day trading setups. Okay, and I saw a potential buy limit opportunity, and you might ask me, why did you see a buy limit opportunity here? Well, let me tell you. Right here, I saw a fake out. Okay, this push to the downside for me looked like a fake out. Okay, why? Because liquidity was swept. We had liquidity sitting right below this low. Oh, sorry. We had liquidity sitting right here, okay, right below this low, as well as below this low right here. Okay, so we swept liquidity with this fake out, and I know this is a valid liquidity sweep. Why? Because after that we had a aggressive break of structure to the upside with this bullish leg. Okay, and what did we say? By aggressive break of structure, we mean a break of structure that was left, that leaves imbalance behind. We can see that we have a clear imbalance on this unmitigated order block right here, okay, because this wick isn't overlapping with this wick right here, okay. So we have a pretty big imbalance that was left behind, which is exactly what we want to see. So all the rules have been met. We have a liquidity sweep, okay. After that, we have a aggressive break of structure to the upside. Once again, this is where the market structure comes in. We have a aggressive break of structure right here, and after that, the final step would be for us to identify the unmitigated order block that was left behind, which in this case, it is this one right here. And now the final step is for us to place a buy limit, okay. Stop loss accordingly be beneath the order block, and then the take profit would be at 1 to 3. That's what I would personally suggest. Now, of course, it depends, okay. If you want to have a bigger win rate, you can aim for a 1 to 1 or a 1.0.8. If you want to have a okay-ish win rate and also a pretty good risk to reward, you can aim for a 1 to 2. At the end of the day, it is personal preference. And yeah, this is exactly when I sent the trade in my SMC trading group as well. I will attach a picture on the screen right now to show you exactly when the trade was sent. And also feel free to join it. Feel free to join my SMC trading group. It is the first link down below in the video description. All right, so now that the order was placed, let's use the bar replay. Let's play the price forward and see how this setup played out, okay? Okay, so right there it triggered. This is exactly where the buy limit triggered. And now let's play the price and see what happens next. Okay, looking good. TP1 was smashed. TP2's right after. And eventually TP number 3, which is at 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio, was smashed as well. So this was a very beautiful sniper entry. As we can see, if you would have risked 1%, say that's $1,000 on your 100K funded account, you would have made $3,000 with this trade, okay? And of course, I will now attach a picture on the screen to show you exactly when I updated that this trade smashed all the targets, okay? And yeah, this was the exact reason I took this trade on GBPUSD. But now I will go over the second example, which is going to be on NAS 100. All right, so on NAS 100, we had a sell limit opportunity, okay? So it was right around here when I said to myself, okay, I see a potential bearish opportunity on NAS 100. And this one was actually pretty textbook, okay? This one is actually a very simple setup, right? The previous one, the GBPUSD one, was a bit more difficult to identify, but this one is a very simple setup, okay? So let's get right into it. Why did I went for a sell limit on NAS 100? Right here, we can see that we have a clear as day liquidity sweep above this high, okay? Because guess what? Immediately after that, price showed its true intentions and broke structure pretty impulsively to the downside, okay? So we have a liquidity sweep followed by a aggressive break of structure. Why aggressive? Because check this out. We have a very clear unmitigated order block sitting right here very beautifully, okay? So this one was a super textbook setup, very easy to identify. Once again, liquidity sweep or fake out, however you want to call it, followed by a aggressive break of structure, this time to the downside, okay? And now the final step was for us to place a sell limit right on the order block, which was right here. Stop loss accordingly, okay? And then take profit 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio, okay? And of course, I will now attach a picture on the screen to show you all exactly when this setup was sent in the SMC group. And now let's play the price and see how it played out, okay? So right here, this is exactly when the setup got triggered. We faced a bit of drawdown, which is totally fine. Price went pretty close to the stop loss actually, as we can see, but then it reversed straight into profit, smashed TP1 and TP2, and eventually TP3 as well. Okay, so it was a very, very beautiful setup on NAS 100 that smashed all of our targets. And once again, if you would have risked 1%, you would have made 3% on this setup. Okay, and of course, let me attach a picture on the screen right now, show you all exactly when I updated that this trade smashed all the targets. And yeah, this is the exact strategy I am using on a day-to-day basis that you could use as well. Okay, and of course, do not expect this strategy to be a holy grail and for it to have a 100% win rate, because that's not the case. I still lose with the strategy. I can still get into a losing streak, but you need to understand that these are part of the game as well. You need to be okay with them, and that's where the risk management plan and psychology comes in and plays a huge role. Okay, okay? Because if we have a proper risk management plan, we can easily survive a losing streak, okay? Because we understand that it is part of the game, okay? So yeah, on that note, I hope you'll enjoy this one. If there's any unclarities, any questions, you should feel free to let me know in the comments section. I'll make sure to check every single comment out. And as always, feel free to let me know if you have any video ideas or any feedbacks, okay? They're always very, very welcomed. And yeah, till next time, a very cool ICT strategy video will pop on the screen right now. You should go ahead and check it out. And lastly, I want to wish you all the best and take care.